It was early morning at Merapani. I was walking slowly along the road leading towards Nagaland, breathing in the freshness of the new day. The scenery around me was so serene, framed with mist and quiet hills, that I could not help but realize how rare it is to witness such unspoiled beauty so openly in other parts of Assam. Perhaps that is the charm of Merapani, simple, untouched, and deeply grounding. The night before, we had finally reached Ananta's house at around 1:22 a.m. Even the late hour could not dim the magic. Through the tall bunches of Hewali fool, night-flowering jasmine, the moonlight spilled softly, weaving an almost ethereal charm. I captured that moment, yet no photograph could fully express its stillness. At the same time, a gentle, affectionate dog greeted me warmly. It belonged to Ananta, so full of innocence, so eager to share love. Later that night, after its play in the mud, it slipped into the house, almost like a mischievous child returning home. Inside, the aroma of food embraced us. Pork cooked with bamboo shoots was being served, prepared with care in our indigenous style. It was heavenly, unmistakably different, unforgettable in taste. Ananta's wife, being from Nagaland, had put her heart into the dish, and eating it felt like a privilege, a stroke of good fortune. After pork eating and drinking competition, conversations flowed long into the night. We lost ourselves in stories and laughter. Yet, Babada, Babakan, and Rupam retired early, leaving a quieter circle around the fire of our talks. Finally, around 3 a.m., I too gave in to sleep, though some of the others remained awake. By dawn, I was the first to rise around 4:40 a.m. The village was still in slumber. Gradually, the others stirred awake. Then came Vijay's sudden phone call, his voice heavy with anger and frustration. That moment remained hanging unresolved, something I will talk about later. Soon after, I set out for a morning walk with Trolokya Da. The crisp air of Merapani felt refreshing, pure, revitalizing. Yet, walking through its simplicity, my mind wandered to deeper thoughts about us, our people, our society. Assam's indigenous voices, though fewer in number with the changing demographics, continue to live with a quiet strength. We may be deprived of certain privileges, yet there is resilience and a richness of life woven into the fabric of our everyday struggles. These quiet realizations became part of my morning walk that day. It was during this stroll that I received a special phone call, the kind that changes something within you. That call brought me back sooner than I intended. There's more to share about it, about Dora's hoki, but that must be left for the end.
Journeys drift apart, yet ties remain unbroken.
Everyone slowly prepared themselves, and by 6:30 a.m., we were ready to leave. Before our departure, I lingered for one last farewell glance at the affectionate dog. Only then did I informed that it was, in fact, a Tibetan Mastiff, my very first time seeing this rare and majestic breed. How beautifully life surprises us in simple, quiet corners. Coming to Merapani had always been on my mind, and now, having experienced it, the warmth of Ananta's family left me deeply moved. Hospitality here was not just tradition, it was lived kindness. By 7 a.m., we left Anantada's home and the journey began. Weddings, after all, are full of layered stories, and ours was no exception. While I was walking, Vijay asked for my help. The same special phone call I had mentioned earlier during my morning walk. He and Anupam had been left behind by the groom. I asked him to come to Merapani, which is nearly 30 kilometers away from the bride's house, since some of us were still not ready to leave. I also offered him the option to wait there for an hour. There was a sting in his voice, a feeling of being abandoned by old friend. After all, once the groom has found his bride, it almost feels as if all else fades in importance. For a moment, I thought of turning back, but reality struck too. Many of our friends had stayed awake late into the night and needed their rest in the morning, so no one was ready. And so, this journey through Merapani became more than just an event. It was not merely about food, laughter, or night-long conversations. It was about glimpses of a changing society, about friendships being tested, about discovering warmth in hospitality, and about seeing life through the eyes of a gentle dog, joyfully playing in the mud. Above all, it reminded me that on some days, even in the smallest of things, life gives us stories we will never forget.